We got new faces of comedy tonight, so make some noise if you came to see some friends or some family perform. And let's make some noise if you came to see them bomb one time. Let's, the energy's a little louder on that one, but I'm gonna be your guys' host. I'm happy to be here. You know, Ice hasn't got me yet, so it's a pleasure. I'm not too worried. I'm not even as Mexican as I look. I know I look like I sell pit bull puppies. Pit bull puppies and stolen catalytic converters. Like, I know how I look. Now, I don't steal them, the homies do. They're in the parking lot right now, so. But, you know, I'm not as Mexican as I look, and I work with, like, real Mexicans, you know what I mean? Like, real landscaping-ass Mexicans. And it's tough because I don't know Spanish, and they're always talking shit, calling me a no salvo kid. But I never called them a no papers kid, so I don't know why that was on my shit. My Spanish is terrible too, bro. Like, I used to have to cheat off Chinese kids in Spanish class. Bro, you know what Spanish with a Chinese accent sounds like? Fucking Chinese, dog. Like, I really only knew I was Mexican because my family's full of alcoholics. You know what I mean? They drank so hard it turned our family tree to an agave plant. Did 23andMe, came out looking like a drink menu. Everybody in my family drinks too. The women, they drink the most. Pregnant or not, you know, they're drinking for two. It's gotten to the point where they can't even breastfeed anymore because all that comes out is rum chata. Where they got rum chata on this side, micheladas on that side, tahini around the nipples, bro. And they drink for anything, bro. They drink for like birthdays, little league games. I've even seen my family pregame for court dates. Taking shots before DUI hearings and calling the nerves, bro. Both my parents have DUIs, and my dad, he has 2 DUIs, still has the nerve to tell people to watch out for drunk driving. We're just like, yo, as long as you stay home, bro, we should be good, you know? Both my parents had DUIs. I grew up thinking that all cars came with a breathalyzer. I went to get my driver's license, driver instructor was like, start it up. I was like, all right, where do I blow? And he started taking off his pants. I was like, yo, hold up, the bus might just suck the dick, dude, come on. But I wiped my mouth off, took the photo ID, got my license. I forgot, Pride Month's over, I'm sorry. I'm kind of glad Pride Month is over, man. I lost my last girlfriend to a lesbian. And it was annoying because I saw them together. I was like, yo, this chick looked like me. Like, how you gonna cheat on me with me, bro? There's one of those cholo lesbians too. They had the same haircut, same mustache. She had a Suns jersey on, khakis, Cortezes. Had to check my closet. I'm not gonna fuck my bitch and take my clothes, you know what I mean? I had to make sure. And it's tough as a man, like you lose your girl to a lesbian, they're gone forever. You know what I mean? Lesbians, they got home field advantage. They watch the same TV shows as your chick. They sync those cycles with your lady, you know? And then as a man, you just got the dick you got. These lesbians, they show up with like a DeWalt bag full of dicks. All the dicks of the trade, bro. DeWalt, Milwaukee, Rigid, Flathead, Phillips. They're like, damn, what you need a T-square for, bitch? What you doing in there? It's tough dating, bro. I'm trying to find love while I'm still broke. Now, that's how you know your girl loves you when she comes over and stays a night and you don't even have sheets on your mattress. Just a dirty bed with stains and crumbs on it. She's like, babe, scratch my back. I'm like, just go like that on the mattress one time, bro. I'm trying to watch Goodfellas. You want your back scratched, brother? I got carpal tunnel. Let the Cool Ranch Dorito scratch your back one time. And it's tough, bro. It's tough dating for dudes, like, especially for dudes, because there ain't no makeup for ugly dudes, you know what I mean? Like, if you're ugly, you gotta have personality, money, big dick, something. I'm working on personality myself, so hopefully I get some money too. I drink that bad if you ask me, but women got makeup, man, for like a week. I thought I was dating Kylie Jenner. took the shoulder without makeup, looking like Kylie's mom, Bruce. I still hit it, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna miss out on the chance to sleep with a gold medalist, dog. Come on. Gold medalist and woman of the year, you gotta knock that down. Alright, it's only gonna get worse from here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, every comedian's dreams is to start off with a pity clap. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be an amazing show. I've been dating a lot of big women recently. We got any big women in the crowd? Alright. Rest of them too busy eating. We'll go ahead and keep it pushing. I don't mind big women, bro. Like a big girl with a cute face, like a diamond in the fluff type of chick, you know what I mean? Look, I don't mind big women. I just, my only issue with big women is that sometimes they want to do small girl activities. Like, I was hooking up with this big chick, and she wanted to sit on my face, bro. As she was going down, I had to slide out like a mechanic from under the car. Her knees popped. I was like, I don't trust these jack stands, bro. This motherfucker gonna fall on me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. So we're going to go ahead and keep this show going. I gotta try to be supportive. A lot of people are coming up here doing it for the first time, and a lot of people are doing it for their last time, hopefully. So, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up your first comedian of the night, one of my favorites here in the Valley. Make some noise for Savon.
The Improv, make some noise. How are we feeling? It's good to be here. Thanks for coming out. I'm new to Tempe. I just moved here. It's nice. I like it. I'm from Glendale. I don't know if you know anything about it. Shut the fuck up. No, you're right. It sucks. It sucks over there. It's probably the shittiest Dale in Phoenix. Very hit or miss. Anybody here from Glendale? Yeah. That sounds about right. It's a very hit or miss place, Like I was at a red light last week on my flying carpet, and these two guys pull up next to me, and they're like, hey man, where the hookers at? And without messing up, I was like, 27th Avenue Indian School. And I don't know how I know that, because I'm from Inglewood, California. Yeah, we got one? Oh, yeah. Let's give it up for the wait staff one time. Give it up for your wait staff. It's for them. It's also for me, because I used to be a server. It's not an easy job. One time this lady got mad at me because there was ice in her drink. And I'm from Germany. We don't put ice in our drinks. I was like, I didn't know that. Rumpelstiltskin. But I should have known, because German people have a history of doing things that are completely wrong. And did she tip me? No. But was it worth it? Yeah. She gave me an attitude. One time this lady threw up in her cup on her table. Did she tip me? Yes. Was it worth it? No. So tip your waitstaff. My name's Savon. Nice to meet you. No one knows how to say it. So I just developed an alias. Like every time I get takeout, I'm like, I'm here to pick up an order for a Sam. And they know I'm lying. Everyone knows this complexion doesn't belong to Samuel. But they appreciate, I just embrace whatever I get. I give people one chance, whatever they say, that's who I am. My name's Savon. Was that Sullivan? You nailed it. Yeah. First try, wow. And then I just dissolved into the background. That's what I did for roll call in high school. Savon here. Savannah here. Sit down. Allahu Akbar. Sometimes the teacher would call my name and then all the kids would make the sound of an explosion. Yeah, so you go Savon, I go here, and then I'll go. And it hurt, but it was funny. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm getting bullied. And then I remembered I was at a black school, so it doesn't count. And a black school was just called roasting. So I had to get them back, right? So then I started doing blackface. Yeah, that's the face you make when you hear a really good song. smell a fart, but you kind of like it. Okay. You guys need to make more black friends. I don't know what to tell you. I grew up Indian. Thank you very much. It's weird. What was that? Shut the fuck up, dude. You said Durga, Durga. I swear to God, I'll roast you. I'll make you want to kill yourself, bro. I don't like you. What's your name? Yeah, you Durga. Maverick. I got my eye on you. No, I'll let you go for now. I don't want to start a fucking rally. What's up? You really want this, huh? Alright. I was gonna do material, but I guess not. What do you do for a living? You said nothing? That tracks. Agree there. And is this your girl? She put her head down. She doesn't even want to be associated with us. Yeah, we know, you do nothing. We know. She needs more money than me. Yeah, you breathe air. You said that. What's your name, man? Nani? You could do better. Am I wrong? There we go. Indian. Thank you very much. I grew up in a motel. It's a very Indian thing. It's not like, it wasn't fancy or anything, it was like pretty run down. That's the difference between a hotel and a motel. Like at a hotel you get a room service, at a motel you get service in your room. If you got that joke, you're gross. Been having a rough time recently. I recently was in an accident and had to go to the hospital for a few months. Quick tip, like God forbid this happens to you, but if you're ever in a similar situation, you gotta call 911. Instead, just die. Just don't, because then you're gonna have to go to the hospital and then you're gonna have to deal with something called the American healthcare system. Like, I always knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was like complete dog shit. Is any healthcare workers in here? Cool. There's a reason, I guess. I had a nurse who, he didn't know how to do an EKG. So then he calls his charge nurse, which is like his boss. She didn't know either. So after 10 minutes, they were like, we'll just leave it. They said that out loud. I was like, don't say that in front of me. Like, go outside and, you know, at least let me have hope. All right? But I'm still here.
Sorry about that. No, I can think of right now. But if I do, you try.
Anybody else? Yes. Very non-depressed mood, but yeah, nice. I like the energy. Depression's alright. It's like the common cold of mental illness. Like, you're probably gonna get it at some point. You don't want to be around people who have it. And chances are someone you love gave it to you. Alright, you guys, not a dark crowd, alright. Your happy lives. It's all getting better though. I've got cats and cat owners. Yeah, I like cats. Got 2 cats. My sister said, you just took them away from their real family. I was like, don't always say that to me. Like, just don't say that. Because I thought about it, she's completely right. Every single pet has just been kidnapped and they just fall in love with their kidnappers. They just have Stockholm syndrome. That's why they always run away. They're trying to figure out where they really came from. That's why white people go backpacking through Europe.
Oh, limitation is dry, right?
It's the dry, yeah.
I'll take that back. Move it back.
You guys are cool. Sort some of you, mostly. I'll leave you guys with this. I used to work at Holiday Inn as a front desk agent, and this guy comes in immediately pissed off. He's like, I'm so mad. I went to the Phoenix Zoo yesterday. They told me I couldn't bring my gun inside. Isn't that some bullshit? He's like, yup. Because the gun is just like a vagina. If you have one, I'll say whatever you want me to say. If you show it to me, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And if you want to put it on my face, I'm not going to say no. All right, my name is Savon. I'll keep it over here, host.
Keep going for him. I'm going ahead and bring up your next comedian all the way from Austin, Texas. Army vet as well. Make some noise for Austin Comstock.
What's going on, guys? Drinking a Bud Light. Promise I'm not gay, but we'll see after the Bud Light. We'll see. It's a crazy world, huh? Fucking World War III starting. World War III's not starting. It's fucking wild, dude. Pakistanis and Indians back beating the shit out of each other with fucking 2x4s. It's a crazy time, dude. Trump's gonna win a Nobel Prize for that too, bro. Believe that? Everybody in LA wants to fucking love it one day, burn it down the next. Starting fucking wildfires, homeless camps. It's fucking crazy, dude. What the fuck are we doing? It's wild. They wanna get back to Mexico, bro. It's crazy. It blows my mind. It's like people don't fucking understand history. Like if you look at the history of Mexico, you can all do this. We all have Grok now, fucking ChatGPT. You can look up the history of Mexico. And the past 200 years of Mexico, it's honestly the most Mexican thing ever, dude. It's kind of fucking wild. They go hard. And from 1820 to 1860, the Mexicans had 50 different governments. And they're not even entirely sure. They think it's 50 to 60. It's kind of wild. It's like every year there's like a new fucking dude. It's like a new Trump fighting Santa Ana. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. It's fucking nuts. And their last emperor wasn't even fucking Mexican. He was an Austrian dude. And his wife was a Belgian. Fucking insane. They adopted 2 Mexican kids to fit in. It's wild. And the Mexicans, they were so tired of fighting. It was like these liberals and conservatives, it's like us in America. They're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, for like so long. And then the American Civil War happens. And France was like, fuck yeah, dude. These motherfuckers are preoccupied. Fucking dumb assholes. Fucking weird shit. And Napoleon's nephew, Napoleon III, decides to make a pact with the Mexicans. And Mexico decides that they want a new emperor. And who better than the Europeans? Because they've been doing it for fucking ever, you know? So they go to Spain and they go get a Habsburg. I don't know if you guys know history. Habsburgs used to go run Spain. Some bad blood between them, some history. But they go all the way across the ocean to go get this dude from Austria. This fucking autistic dude. Speaks like 8 languages, knows a shit ton of stuff. His brother is the emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, right? So you have Franz Joseph, is the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and they go and they get his brother. Emperor Maximilian is what his name ends up being. You can look this up, the Maximilian Affair, right? So in 1864, they bring this dude. They don't even bring him. They like leave these fucking dudes, go from Mexico, all the way across the ocean. And they're like, hey, you fucking autistic asshole. We fucking need you to be the Emperor of Mexico. And he's like, well, do you guys want me to be? And they're like, yeah, dude, look, we fucking got all these fucking names on a list, and they want you to be Emperor. And he's like, all right, fuck it. They're like, all right, we're gonna go back to Mexico. You get all your shit, and then fucking come be Emperor. And they're like trying to use this dude, because they're like, oh, this dude's a fucking pussy. This dude's just autistic as fuck. Fuck this retard. So they're like, fucking go back to Mexico. And again, let me reiterate, they went there to go get him. This motherfucker shows up in Veracruz, and it's like, que es bueno, motherfuckers. No one's there. No one's there to greet him. He's like walking around the street. He's like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, fuck you, you dumb fucking asshole. Get the fuck out of my country. What the fuck are you speaking? Broken ass Spanish, you Austrian fuck. What the fuck is going on? So they're like, what the fuck? This dude shows up like a week later after getting fucked up in Veracruz. It's like fucking Pacifico and having a great time with ceviche. Shows up and he's like, oh shit, my bad. Goes back to Mexico. Dude ends up running the country for like 3 more years. I could go down the history. I don't have enough fucking time. It's insane. But he ends up running the country for like 3 years. The American Civil War ends. And the Americans are like, all right, you dumb fucking French fucks. Talking all this shit, trying to take over fucking Mexico, and now we're gonna fucking come down here if you don't get the fuck out. So France is like, we don't want that fucking smoke. So Napoleon's nephew fucks off, goes back to France, ends up getting deposed, fucking dumbass. And then Maximilian is left with the Austrians. And the Austrians are like, should we help out? You know, doing their thing. And it ends up being fucking retarded. Benito Juarez gets pushed to the north. Juarez becomes Juarez. They end up losing it all. Maximilian gets fucking taken captive. If you know the Habsburgs, you know the history of the Habsburgs, they're an inbred family. They have a big ass fucking chin. It's nasty as fuck. You can look this up. So he ends up getting captured. The day before he gets executed, they're like, hey.
Austin, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, get off this dick. Get off this dick. Alright. Hey, you don't appreciate it now, but one day you're gonna bust out these fucking useless Snapple facts. And you're like, damn, that Austin. I really learned something that night. Let's go ahead and bring up the next comedian, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Chris.
Y'all alright? Y'all feeling educated in this motherfucker? Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, y'all got a black man up here with braids. It's gonna get real urban up in here real quick. Alright? It's probably just, just saying, this table right here, I don't see not one ethnic friend in sight. It's probably gonna be the most. You came from, all right, now don't say that. I knock you down, shit, this is Arizona. Shit, bitch, I need some rims on my car. Don't play with me. Shit. Just holler at me after the show, don't, all right? You didn't talk at all during the history lesson. A little bit about myself. I work in a Mexican restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chef. And when I say Mexican restaurant, it's American style cooking. It's just nothing but Mexicans that work there. Yeah, I'm the only black dude in the kitchen. It's cool being the only black dude in the kitchen working with Latinos. You just got to be careful what you say. Right? You got to watch what you say. Like on my first day of work, one of my coworkers comes up to me. He's like, hey, my friend, do you speak Spanish? ¿Hablas español? You gotta be careful how you answer that, right? My stupid ass said, "Sí." Now these niggas talking to me like I'm on a Telemundo channel. I'm over here trying to remember every episode of Dora that I watched, so I can communicate with my coworkers. It's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, man. Y'all ever got that one person at your job that you just don't get along with? It's like, already, this nigga spitting. This nigga, clock it. I know what y'all be saying. Hell yeah, man, I got a coworker right now, that nigga be musty on the clock. Yeah, no adult male should be coming out their house smelling like the onions on a sizzling fajita plate. That is not. And I don't know who need to hear this, but cologne and other body fragrances smell the best after you wash your ass. It's true. It's a true story. Too many times when I've seen guys wearing the same outfit, same shirt, and got nerve to spray cologne all over their body. Like, no, nigga, now you smell like earring backs and teak wood. That is not pine and piss. Polo red and something dead. Look, all I'm saying is, just bathe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It'll do wonders. Hell yeah, man. I was hanging out with my Native American friend the other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kicking it, and he said some real ignorant shit to me. He goes, yo, bro, just so you know, you're on stolen land. Bitch, I'm stolen. Like, black folks, we didn't come here voluntarily. You know what I'm saying? He talked to me like I was a pilgrim or some shit. Hell yeah, man. I hate when I go over a woman's house and her bed is comfortable. Yeah, especially if I'm over there to fuck. I ain't gonna. Cause now I get over there, now I'm just tired as fuck. You feel me? Like, now I'm just butt naked, sprawled out on the Tempur-Pedic mattress. Dick on soft. She done seen the real me. She done seen the real me. I did realize though, I found out that women are freakier than men. Yeah, look, they freakier than men. Hell yeah, like I was on a date with this one girl, and you know, we go back to her place, you know what I'm saying, we grown, we finna get busy, I'm finna go down on her, and her shit smell like carrots. Like, that's not a bad smell, right? But it's like, fresh produce, that's not what I was anticipating. You know? Like, damn, but I know you said you was vegan, but I didn't know that meant your sexuality too. So I had 20/20 eyesight by the time I left her house. I had 20/20 eyesight. All right, man, that's my time. I go by the name of Uncle Chris. Y'all make sure y'all shout out.
Uncle Chris, make some noise for him. Next comedian coming to the stage, make some noise for Max Brethner.
Looking like a motherfucking chalkboard. All of a sudden, everybody starting to talk more. Bitch, I'm buzzing like the thing that's in your sock drawer. I might wake up in the
Hello, everyone. How we doing? You want to work with kids for a living? Child care or education or anything? No? One? Over there? Cool. Excellent. You're going to understand. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. I work in elementary education for a living. Kids about 5 to 8. It's great. It's like working with a bunch of little drunk people all day. Just zero coordination, swear words. Will never say no to Cheez-Its. It's awesome. I really relate to that. Yeah, it's great. It's simultaneously the most rewarding position ever, but also at the same time, just the most frustratingly futile all at the same time. Because some days you'll be teaching them something really useful, and then one day you'll be stopping one of them from eating a cockroach off the live floor. So, kids will just casually tell you the most insane things you've ever heard in your entire life. Like one day it'll be like 7 a.m. and one day they'll just hit you with, did you know that mommy has a secret second daddy who comes over when real daddy goes to work? And you can't laugh at that. You're not allowed to. You have to keep your composure, despite how funny that is. It's really hard not to be like, is second daddy the pool cleaner? I'll bet he is. I was taking a kid to a specialist class once. He was walking down the hall and he looks up at me and he goes, Mr. Max, why are you so fat? Because sometimes I eat my feelings instead of facing them, bud. Let's go to music class, huh? Let's go to play with bongos or whatever the music teacher wants to do for 45 minutes. Whatever it is. I'm kidding, I like our music teacher. Shout out to Mrs. B. About 2 days later, it was recess again, and he goes up to his homeroom teacher, and he's like, Miss G, do you know Mr. Max can eat his feelings? When I remembered that kids repeat stuff that you tell them. Awesome. However, the most insane thing that I've ever heard at work is not actually from a kid. It's from a substitute teacher. I was doing some paperwork or some shit off in the corner of the room. He comes up to me during a break time, and he's like, hey, I've been playing a fun little game with myself. I've been giving all of the kids fun little nicknames based on what I think their spirit animal is. And I'm at work, so I can't be like, hey man, I'd rather take nut shots from a pitching machine than listen to that. So instead I said, sure man, what do you got? And he points to one of the other kids and he's like, this one likes to climb on stuff, he likes to get up high, so I'm gonna nickname him Spider Monkey. Okay, cool. Riveting stuff, man. Points over to another one, he's like, he likes to annoy other kids. That's his favorite thing to do. So I'm gonna name him Oxpecker. Okay, that's a little more esoteric, sure. And then, this is a true story. He points at the only black kid in the room. And in my head, time stops. Because whatever he's about to say is gonna be deeply uncool. And he says out loud, in 2025, the year of our Lord, as a grown-ass adult man who should know better, he also likes climbing stuff. He's not quite as flexible as Spider Monkey over there. So I'm just gonna name him Chimpanzee. I'm just like, I don't think you should do that. I really don't think you should say that ever again. I was flabbergasted. It was like being verbally pepper sprayed. Just awful experience. Yeah, that was about the most insane thing I've ever heard. I can't believe that a grown man would say that out loud. I'm still in shock about it. It's like my personal Vietnam, you know what I mean? To think about it every day. Can't escape it. Oh, man, okay. I thought this was going to take longer. Okay, that is about it for me. Thank you very much.
Max Brethner, ladies and gentlemen, keep going home. Man, ain't that a phrase we all say? All right, this next comedian coming to the stage, very talented, produces Spanish shows all over the valley. Make some noise for Mar Sanser.
What's up, Tempe? Yeah, baby, my name is Mar Sanser, and I do be producing Spanish shows. Today I'm going to be your palate cleanser on the sausage party. Thank you. Take it in, you guys, because I'm usually a butch. So today you got the femme version of me. So take it in, y'all. Yeah, I do produce Spanish shows. I've been asked if I'm trying to get commission from ICE, you know, because I get a bunch of Latinos in one place at one time and it's announced. I'm not, y'all. I'm not. It's like I really love this art form and I want everybody to be able to enjoy it, y'all. That's all that it is. Again, my name is Mar Sanser. I've been practicing comedy for a little over 7 months at this point. Yeah, thank you. I started because of a breakup and therapy is expensive, y'all. I don't know if you've tried it. So I figured, let me go in a room full of people who have no option but to stay quiet while I hold this microphone. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, it wasn't so much the breakup that was the thing that had me needing, you know, to vent. It was the fact that as a result of that breakup, I went 8 very long months without having any sex. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I've said that so many times and I usually get silence. Like, also, y'all is fucking good for you, you know what I'm saying? No, girl. And I wish that I could tell you that I am the kind, like an average woman that can just, you know, get a hobby or something and breeze through that. I do have hobbies. But nah, y'all, I was also born with this cookie monster that is always like, okay. Yeah, girl, 8 months. It was so hard, it was so bad. It was bad to the point that I would turn off the bathroom lights when I would brush my teeth. But I would turn on some candles and some music because if I was gonna make myself gag, I needed a mood. It was bad to the point that this past Christmas time, my friend and I took her daughter to take pictures with Santa Claus, and my horny ass is in line like, I don't know, babe, Santa can get it, you know? Yeah, Santa went ho, 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 and I was like, I'm right here, Santa. Look this way, Santa. You best believe I got no Santa's laugh, yo. I was so out of pocket, too. I didn't even sit normal. I was like, hey, Santa. In front of all them kids, they go, fuck. Bad reputation is my song, babe. Yeah, and Santa was confused at first, and I was like, how old are you, mommy? Santa was Puerto Rican. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, Puerto Ricans in the house? Oh, baby, see me after. I'm not done with the joke, wait. So Santa was Puerto Rican, and I'm like, I'm 30, Santa, and I'm a bit naughty. So Santa gets with it. And goes like, okay, mommy, so what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, okay. 8 months, you guys, of a dry spell, so bad. It was bad to the point that it was month 4 when I went to a new dentist. And when you go to a new dentist, you get all the new services all over again, right? So they tell me, would you like a 3D image of your teeth for retainers? I'm like, I got insurance, run it up. And I thought that it was going to be like when you bite into the thing, the spaceship goes around your head for the x-rays. Y'all need to go to the dentist. Y'all got quiet real quick. Y'all need to go to the dentist like tomorrow. And yeah, you guys know I was mistaken, but I also did not ask her. She did not tell me. I trusted her as one should a health professional. She tells me open wide, and the next thing I know, I'm deep throating a remote control. As long as this microphone and as thick as my fist. Didn't even gag or nothing. Puerto Rican, you hear that? Some of you, I didn't hear it loud enough. Some of you think that that's cringe to say, but you gotta understand, y'all, a 4th month dry spell and I didn't have a gag reflex, that's a flex, y'all. That's a flex, I still had it. y'all. Yeah. This poor girl is just doing her job and I'm out here planning our wedding because she's making me feel things I forgot I could feel, you know? Ooh, girl. No, and then, remember, this is a 3D image of my teeth, full mouth. So she has to swirl the object inside of my mouth. I'm full on Scary Movie at the dentist, like. I was not mad at it. 4th month dry spell. You see that, Puerto Rican? Heard that, Puerto Rican? Yeah, girl, no. And then she tells me, stick out your tongue. I got excited. I thought she was going to spit on it. She didn't. She scanned it. Very unceremoniously pulled the phallic object out of my mouth, shows me the 3D image of my teeth, which, by the way, I forgot was the purpose of this activity. And asks me, what do you think about it? I am in shock at the chair, like, what just happened to us, you know? And I think she noticed because she tells me, it's cool, Mama, you didn't have no cavities or nothing. That looks really nice. And I was like, of course I have no cavities. I haven't had any cookies. That's my time, everybody. My name is Mar Sanser. Thank you so much.
This next comedian coming to stage, very funny dude. Make some noise for Patty McFatty.
Kanye. Good song to choose, right? My name is Patty McFatty. Used to weigh 310 pounds. Now I'm a man with the texture of a nutsack on my belly. Some women know that shit. You know? Fuck you, Maverick. Fucking white guys, right? Don't fucking talk in the show. Respect your fucking respect, you know? You got cholos and fucking black gangsters and who fucking knows, you know? So I'm gonna try something different. I asked people in the crowd to write down questions. This is our first time I'm reading them. How can I find some aliens? Go to LA. Where is the best place to shoot up? Circle K bathrooms. Hold on. Fucking A, dude. Some of these. How many baby mamas do you have? 4. 7 kids, so identify as half black. Okay. This one's good. Okay, I don't understand this. Last in lineup, Bonnie Blue or One Night with P. Diddy? Isn't Bonnie Blue like those fucking things you eat? Or is that a porn star or some shit? Oh, next. Who decides... Wait. Sorry. I'm illiterate, I can't read. Who decides, let's measure and find out the average penis size? It's optical illusion. I got fat legs, so. Yeah. Okay, this one's great. Who fucking wrote this? Zion. If you had a dick in your ass or a knife in your back, which one would you pull out first? The dick, for sure. Right? What would you do if you walked in on your dad fucking your dog or your dog fucking your dad? I would laugh, I think. Next. If each back shot was $1 million, how many back shots would you take? What creates $1 billion? Right? If you had to sleep with 2 people whose ages equal 30, what 2 ages would you choose? Kate from the fucking server wrote this one. Wow. She'd be 29, pregnant. Right? Yeah! Fuck yeah, Kate, come out here. You guys tip Kate extra fucking money on that one. Why are you gay? I'm sure that's why did they acquit Diddy? They quit Diddy? Yeah. Fucking Illuminati, right? Any suggestions? Anyone? Maverick, stop fucking talking. What the fuck, man? I just told you. Give me a suggestion, Maverick. Now's the time to fucking talk about that? Maybe after the show? You're fucking stupid, bro. This is my time. My name's Patty McFatty. Appreciate y'all.
McFatty. I like how you guys are like, we're not with you on the dog fucking, but fucking the pregnant chick. We can get down with that. Let's go ahead and bring up this next comedian. He's almost the complete opposite of Patty McFatty, so make some noise for Mark G.
Tempe Improv. Well, let's see. We had, I guess that's what drunk history is earlier. We had a hell of a night so far. Let me stop because I heard he was in the military. I'm going to try to snipe my ass when I get outside. But anyways, let me say, you know, doing comedy, I love doing comedy. You know, I used to steal cars. Yeah. I see a lot of white folks think that shit's funny, huh? But no, I used to steal cars, you know, because like I said, you know, comedy kind of made me switch away from stealing cars. So I tell everybody, you know, now that we're here at the comedy show, support the comedians. Because if you motherfuckers don't laugh, somebody's car is gone tonight. Don't fuck with y'all little white people like, yeah, look, you good. You don't trust the ponytail. Fuck y'all. Actually, I know I get a lot of people look at me and they resemble me. Are you related to Ice-T? Why would you say that? Well, I'm just saying the ponytail. I said, that's racist. That's just like me saying, you know, it's white people. I ask this question all the time. Why is it that y'all motherfuckers can go climb up in the mountains, swim with sharks, but won't move into a black neighborhood? That's where y'all draw the limit at and shit, huh? I love it. No, actually, you know, like I said, I enjoy doing comedy for a lot of reasons, man, because it keeps me out of a lot of trouble and shit, you know, and I just like sharing laughter with people, you know. So these next couple of jokes, I'm gonna need y'all to help me out with this, you know, just so I won't think that I'm crazy myself. Okay? All right, number one. To all the women out here in the crowd tonight, y'all do feel like y'all are equal to what men can do and so on and so on, right?
Hell yeah!
Only reason why I ask is women say this all the time. I want to be equal. I want to be equal. And I say, you know what? You're absolutely correct. So the next time we in the house, and we hear a noise downstairs, equal opportunity, motherfuckers. Time to take your ass downstairs. I'm tired. My feet hurt. Somebody got to live. I'll take care of the kids. Don't worry about it. I tell them he was a great mother and everything. No, but besides that, like I said, it's a lot of crazy shit going on. You know, ice and all that shit. My youngest daughter, I got 7 kids myself. I've been fucking, yes. But my youngest daughter, you know, she's, you know, her old man is Hispanic or whatnot. Cool dude, you know. They have my granddaughter, beautiful little girl, you know. And I fuck with them all the time and shit. I said, you know, they offering $1,500 for you motherfuckers. He said, Dad, you would do that to me? I said, look, motherfucker, I'll keep it. Hey, we're gonna keep it in the family. I'll put some money on your books and shit, you know. $1,500, that's a lot of money. But no, besides that, like I said, I trip off that shit because we talk and I say, you know, I mean, the Hispanic folks, I ain't gonna say all of them, but a good portion of them, they do the jobs that I don't think none of us is gonna do. Prime example, cutting grass, landscapers. White people. If me and 4 other brothers showed up at your house, y'all already see where I'm going with this. And I said, yo, man, we here to cut your grass. You know, I don't think that's gonna work. Leave them motherfuckers alone. Let them cut their grass and shit, man. You know, equal opportunity, you know. I don't want to piss off no Hispanic folks like, hey man, we don't just cut grass and shit. Like, I know y'all sell ice cream and shit too. Corn. I love the fucking corn, man. Leave them motherfuckers alone, man. Y'all fucking up my shit, you know. Yeah, but other than that, man, like I said, I love doing comedy for a whole bunch of reasons and shit, you know. Like I said, the main thing is I just want to be able to come up and, like I said, we can all laugh at each other and shit about different things, you know, because we're different. I tell everybody, hey man, if you get the opportunity to talk to a black person, or a white person, or a Hispanic person, you know, we all kind of got the same things in common. You know, we want to make money, take care of our families, and so on and so on, correct? You know, one thing I would say on this level is, once again, white folks, because the majority of the crowd is white, so I want to make sure I address y'all properly. Y'all gotta stop being so fucking judgmental and shit. Okay? You know? Not saying that y'all are the only ones, because I am too. You know what I'm saying? I think we all is in our own little ways and whatnot. But I will say this, you know, at the end of the day, whatever goes on, we all humans in this motherfucker. Unless one of you motherfuckers got some extra shit going on, an extra titty or extra something that separates us. And you looking around, see that extra titty. But I'm like, hey, this is my night. I appreciate the laughs.
RG! We're gonna keep it rolling. This next comedian coming to the stage. Make some noise for Greer Sullivan.
You all know I'm turning 40 in 2 days. 4th of July. Yeah. You all have sighted a cougar right here. Yeah. And I'm getting old, yes. The most common thing I hear during sex nowadays is, I need to start working out more. The guy's full on sexercising, dripping sweat all over me. And I'm just laying there repeating, oh, fuck me harder. It's my job. It's not that hard. Do we have any squirters out there in the audience? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. And it's okay if you don't. I mean, this is also just a survey. It's not a show and tell. We're not asking you to perform for us tonight. It's really fun. I bring it up because I come along. And as a matter of fact, if I'm crying frequently, it's possibly because I haven't had an orgasm in a while. Yes, the juice doesn't come out of my vagina. It builds up inside of me and slowly comes out as tears. Yeah, my emotions are a direct correlation to this orgasm juice, this OJ, if you will. And a cup of OJ a day keeps me healthy. A violent version of this would be a period. Yeah, like, I'm angry. There's blood everywhere. Leave me alone. And obviously I'm not on my period today, so that's it. I come harder with people who are more natural about sex and or long-term partners. Yeah. Mainly because I'm not worried about farting in front of them while I'm coming. You can find these types of people everywhere, you know, and I've lived in all sorts of states, red states, blue states, swing states. One thing that I can say for certain is that states who do not support abortions also seem to not give a fuck if you're on birth control. Yeah. For an almost 40-year-old unpartnered female, yeah, it has been very hard for me to obtain birth control. Tinder bios would really help me out if they said, I'm a real person, I'm clean and I'm tested, and I've had a vasectomy. Swipe right. I matched with somebody in the area who's a cop. Yeah, he revealed to me that he was interested in a man-lady threesome. A part of me was wondering if the other guy could be a black dude. Yeah. As if my sexuality could bring forth some trauma healing on a deeper level. I didn't end up meeting with the cop that night, but I did fuck a black guy. I love sexting, and it has been very hard for me to do lately because there are a lot of bots on Tinder. Yeah, I got tired of sexting non-real people. But then I thought about it. If AI is adapting to how much I enjoy sexting, then all I have to do is communicate well enough, and I'm having like insane orgasms. Like, what difference does it make? I'm already using a vibrator. I can use the two bots to help me with what the cop couldn't do earlier. You know, making that old jive with the threesome, yeah. A techno-lorgy, yeah. Me, the vibrator, RoboCop. Me texting, oh, fuck me harder. It texts back, I need to work out more. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening.
Where's Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen? One more. All right, believe it or or not, this next comedian coming to the stage is Joe Mama.
I'm ready to be done with doing things. Well, see, that guy who wooed, he's not ready to be done doing things because he wooed. He doesn't get it. The other day, I went to open a door and I didn't pull hard enough, so I gave up. It just wasn't worth the effort. I want to be able to survive passively. You can't. You don't go to work, you get fired. You don't eat for 3 weeks, and you die? That's bullshit. I want to die. You don't drink water for 5 days, and you die. You don't breathe for 5 minutes, and you fucking die. It's ridiculous. Even if you're rich, you still have to choose to swallow. I don't want to have to swallow stuff. Just let me lay there and live. But no. The only real exception are coma patients. But even then, other people have to take care of them. So they're basically parasites, and we should just unplug them all. More like a lay down comic, right? Buddha was right. Desire is the source of all suffering. And what Buddhists mean when they say that is that you should just give up. The universe owes you nothing. If you feel empty inside, and that hurts, then that means there's still something in you that's not fully empty. What you gotta do is reach in there, find that part of you that's not empty, hold it out in your hand, see it, small, vulnerable, and trembling, and just kill it, and you'll finally be free. I used to go to sleep catastrophizing, feeling like everything in the world was wrong. But now that I'm empty, I wake up numb. And at the end of the day, isn't that really the best that any of us do? All right, I'm done, so.
Give it up for this guy. Go mama. Man. Hey. They say stand-up's hard, you know? Some gotta lay down. All right. We're gonna keep it rolling. Who knows what you're gonna get at New Faces, bro? Who knows? Let's make some noise for Nick Stereo.
What's up, my BK Warriors? How we doing? Alright, I don't know what to do with this yet, so if you guys see me down there like that, I've passed out. CPR, please, preferably a female, but just save my life. I'd honestly rather be sitting down there with you right now. No joke. Alright, so my name is Nick Stamos. I'm an alcoholic. So, let's see, I didn't drink for about 12 It was a pretty hard time in my life, and then I turned 13. So we celebrated with whiskey, fist fights, and a probation officer. Okay, there's a theme here tonight, guys, and it's bad decisions. So Tempe, okay, Improv, they've been packing you guys in here like sardines from like 1986. They put the biggest guy in the front row, so you know you're bumping elbows with your buddy. So, all right, so it's great to be here. We love Tempe Improv. I grew up in Reno, Nevada, and I'm just doing this by the seat of my pants, guys. I only got 5 minutes. So I'm a 40-year-old child with self-diagnosed OCD, ADD, and ADHD who doesn't know his ABCs. I'm an avid off-road motorcycle racer with a drug problem. I run off cocaine, two-stroke fumes, whiskey, and bad decisions. All right. I grew up in Reno, Nevada. Reno is like Las Vegas' little brother that lives in a trailer and they can find meth and an oil change at 3 a.m. Reno is the kind of town where you make decisions with your nose and not so much your brain. If my nose asked me to do a backflip off a bridge, I'd probably snort a line and ask what bridge had the best lighting to throw a backflip. Reno is wild, man, especially the casinos. It's really the only place that you can gamble all your paycheck, win it back, trade it for mushrooms in an alley behind a Denny's, all after watching two tweakers have a knife fight at a bar. So Reno's got a certain kind of flavor. Or no, excuse me, let me back that up. That was the best decision I made all week. So Reno has a certain flavor. And by flavor, I mean when the wind picks up, you can smell two kinds of drugs and a burned up transmission. That's not smog you're smelling. That's weed, meth, and bad decisions blowing around. The parties in Reno were crazy too, man. There was always somebody tripping, there was always somebody stripping, and there was always someone mixing Everclear and Dr. Pepper in a gas can right before they crashed your dirt bike into the ditch in front of your dad on the front porch. Parties were so wild, even the magic 8-ball comes with a little straw. I made a lot of bad decisions. And that was the best 8th grade graduation party I've ever thrown. Any dog lovers? Dog lovers out here? You guys like animals? Some of you guys know Millie. So I got a dog. I got her at a gas station, out of a box, at a dirt bike race. I did a DNA test on Millie. It came back 30% Velociraptor, 30% vacuum cleaner, and 40% pain in my ass. She was pretty much a furry, prehistoric Ramba with an attitude whose battery never dies and will not return to her docking station. She barks, she howls, she talks back. I even tried, Alexa, shut off dog. Nothing works. She's an emotionally manipulative roommate with boundary issues that does not pay rent. So I was on my phone with my mom the other day, and she told me she wanted to do stand-up comedy. It's kind of cool, I didn't know that. She was, we bonded a little bit, and I looked at her and I said, cool, Mom, so you're saying that bad decisions are genetic? She looked at me and she said, you're the only genetic bad decision I've ever made. My mom was born in Hollywood. Okay, she grew up in LA, but in the 60s and the 70s when it was fun. You guys know what's up. So, being that she wanted to be a star as a child, she kind of raised me as one. So the 90s hit me like Charlie Sheen hitting the magic 8-ball of cocaine between takes on the set of 2.5 Men. So I got so fucking high off a weed brownie once that I thought my legs disappeared while I was laying in bed watching Finding Nemo. I pulled back the blankets, I looked down at my toes, I wiggled them, and I said, these little piggies had an edible. The whole time I was high on that brownie, I remembered all the bad decisions I have made throughout my life. Confused, hallucinating, buying drugs, gambling, smoking, fighting. I'm illiterate too, like that other guy that was up here. So, anyways, as I hit the backflip off of that bridge, I was so fucking high when I hit the water, a little blue fish came up to me and said, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Well, anyways, I don't know how much time I got left. That's all I got on my paperwork. I'm gonna go make some more bad decisions.
Stamos. He told me every time he's gonna see me, he's gonna dab me up twice, then knuckles, and fucked up his own handshake, bro. What the fuck? Got me looking stupid, man. All right, next comedian coming to the stage, very funny dude. Make some noise for Jeremy Rao.
Karaoke if you're illiterate. Yeah, dogs at work. You guys have dogs at work? It's cool. It's pretty cool. Except the dogs at my work are racist. It's not good. That's bad. It's not my fault. They're not my dogs. I can't train that out of them. But yeah, they'll like bark at the mailman and stuff all the time. They don't bark at the Amazon delivery driver unless he's, you know, like, you know, some of them aren't. So you gotta check that out. Yeah, once again, not my fault. They belong to a guy who has a picture of Ronald Reagan in his office. So you gotta figure that out. I work at a print shop. A lot of my friends, like a lot of people I work with too, they just show up to work like super high all the time, and if that's what you're into, that's cool. I can't do that. I can't focus if that's the case. But all my friends who are teachers, they tend to party the hardest. Do we have any teachers in the house tonight? Any teachers out there? Absolutely. All your friends that you're sitting with are like, damn, another one? You know, but you're the life of the party. You guys are a good time, so keep it up, keep it up. One of my buddies, Tommy, he's a teacher, and he's like teacher of the year in Tempe or something. He's like working on becoming a professor. He's like teaching classes at community colleges and stuff. And he's so high all the time, he can't even form a sentence. But it's cool, like, I met him, we used to play basketball, believe it or not. I don't really look like I have the frame, but it's true, we did it. We played basketball down in the park. And he'd like show up with a case of beer and like just be blazed out of his mind. Couldn't guard the paint at all, but it was cool. He's a good guy. And I ran into him the other day, I was like, Tommy, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, man, like I'm really working on my career, focused on becoming a professor at the colleges. I was like, that's awesome, man, good for you. I have a close friend who's a teacher, and she doesn't really party at all. And it's okay, we still love her. But she's a kindergarten teacher. And I was trying to suggest to her, I was like, hey, if you want to advance your career a little bit, I think I know a way that you can do so. You just gotta, you know, partake a little bit more. So, yeah. I always wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was growing up. In 6th grade, we had some like recruiters from the military show up to our school, trying to draft us into like Desert Storm or whatever that shit was called. And they were like, yeah, you know, you're interested in joining the military? I was like, sure, yeah, I want to fly planes. And they're like, that's awesome, man, good for you. But I found out, I'm colorblind, I found out you can't fly fighter jets with colorblind. It's kind of a bummer. So I did the next best thing, and I started working at a custom apparel printing shop. So I just fucking up people's business cards all day long. People were like, can you match this to my business logo? I'm like, absolutely not. But I'll do what I can. I'll see what I can do for you. Yeah. So, shit. All right, so when I'm not working, I'm a big sports fan. I like going out, attending sporting events, playing sports, that sort of thing. I already mentioned basketball. But I like going out seeing the Diamondbacks specifically. That's my favorite team. Been born and raised in the Valley. If you guys are Arizona sports fans, you just know the pure anguish and just the absolute depression that you go through every day as an Arizona sports fan. The highlight of our lives was 2001. It was our, you know, it was the last time a Big Four, you know, talking about hockey, basketball, and hockey team more sad. You know, basketball, football, hockey. The last time we won a championship. And I went to the games with my dad. It was crazy. It was such a good time. But I really felt like you couldn't quite enjoy it because
2001 was kind of a tough year to beat a New York sports team at a championship, considering everything that was going on. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys aren't sports fans, the World Series is in October. There wasn't a lot of time for healing in between. Just right into it. I was like, oh my God, that's tough. Yeah. Shoot. So, I come from a long line of people who like to drink a lot of beer, and maybe a bit too much. I never really thought I had a problem, and like most alcoholics don't feel like they have a problem. But I started going to therapy. My ex-girlfriend suggested that I started going to therapy. I listened to her. Why not? Let's try it out. Let's give it a go. And I told my therapist, I was like, yeah, like I smoke and drink a little bit too much. And he's like, well, why do both? And I was like, shit, I never thought about that. That's a good point. You bring up a really good point. But they send me these little surveys, and it's like, it's the most simplistic survey. It's just 5 smiley faces. And they're like, tell us how you're feeling this week. You know, they're like, how was your social anxiety? How was your depression this week? And you just click whatever smiley face you feel best at. And I was filling this out at the bar, and I was like, it kind of dawned on me. I was like, oh, wait, maybe. Okay, it's starting to make sense a little bit too. But I get that from my dad, and he's a cool guy. My mom passed away in 2020, and since then, like, I never really had a good relationship with my dad, but we bonded a little bit since then. You know, just coming together and stuff, and we drink beers all the time. But we set a goal. We're like, hey, if there's a day out of the week that we shouldn't drink, let's make it Mondays, because there's no better way to cap off the worst day of the week than not to drink. And so I call him up, and I'm like, hey man, like, you know, how's your Monday going? He's like, fucking good, dude. How's yours? And I'm like, no, it's going good. And he's like, yeah, he just retired, so I'm trying to like create positive hobbies for him. You know, I'm like, go out there, meet new people, like do your activity and stuff. He was a teacher for like 35 years, so you know, he's just the life of the party. That's all it really is. You know, you gotta give it up for the guy. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good time. What else we got for you guys?
Thanks so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next dude coming to the stage. Very funny dude. Just met him backstage. He's hilarious. Make some noise for Tone of Fools.
They played that shit because I'm black, hey man. How y'all doing tonight, man? Alright, so I want to start the night out by thanking all my friends for showing up. I told them before the show, I told them before the show, if they didn't show up, I was gonna quit. You know what I mean? And I don't mean quit like go home and cry like a little bitch like I did last time, you know what I mean? No, this time I'm gonna quit different, because I don't quit like no regular ass motherfucker, you know what I mean? So this time I quit, I'm gonna do a complete career 180, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be a serial killer. I figure nobody wants to see me show up and kill on stage. Maybe they'll watch it on the 5 o'clock news. Everybody watches that, right? I figure, you know, either my friends here are the biggest heroes in Arizona, or I'm the best promoter this side of the Mason-Dixon. I like to go with the second one, you know what I mean? But speaking of poor decisions, the other night, I tried to have a heart-to-heart with a crackhead. Crazy, right? I'm like, hey, crackhead. He answered. I mean, he didn't answer, you know, how to answer. But I said, hey, crackhead, what you doing out here at 2 o'clock in the morning on the freeway tweaking and shit? And y'all know what this motherfucker said to me? Shit, me neither. I took Spanish in high school, not cracking knees, sorry. You know what I mean? But it's crazy because the crackheads out here is different, man. You know where I'm from? I'm from Detroit. Yeah, that's what's up. We got Detroit in the house. I'm from Detroit, and we got used with crackheads in Detroit. You know what I mean? Our crackheads do stuff like cut your grass. They'll paint your fence. You know, you've never seen nothing till you see a crackhead change a tire with no tools, just his bare fingers. I mean, just like a bottle cap, they go pop, pop, pop. That'll be $5, man. Man. Like, the best advice I ever got in my life was from a fucking crackhead. He looked me square in the eye. You know what he said to me? Don't do crack. And you know what? Here I am, crackless. Still around for that shit. Hey man, I'm crackless. Because the crackheads out here are whack, bro. Like I thought crack was whack. Then I met the crackheads out here. I'm a little indifferent now. Maybe a little curious, you know? It's like, you can't even get a crackhead out here to like wash your windows. No, instead they just stare at the motherfucker. And if you want them to leave, that'll be $5. I can't knock the hustle though, you know what I mean? It's a hustle, but like, what is standing still good for besides like the mannequin challenge or something, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was like 2018. Hey Phoenix, if you do anything tonight, go update a crackhead. It's 2025, like come on, man. Like, it's just amazing to me how, like, where I come from, right? The crackheads are like a bathroom attendant. You slide them $5, they'll do anything. Almost anything. The crackheads out here, nothing but stand still and lose their teeth. Now I got a question, because every crackhead I see out here is missing their 2 front teeth. I actually don't have a question, I have a theory. It's kind of fucked up. You wanna hear it? I was gonna tell it anyway. So look, I believe that the homeless people out here in Arizona are in a cult. You know, like a secret society. I call it the Poluminati. Right? So you've got cults, right? And cults use, you know, they need sacrifices. The Illuminati wants people you love. You know, Scientology wants your money. And all the Illuminati wants is your 2 front teeth. And you know, besides it being a very funny bit, it actually makes sense. For one, it makes it like 10 times easier to score free drugs behind a dumpster. Yeah. Every guy in here that laughed, I'm not gonna snitch on you, but I fucking know you. But also, what better way to show your commitment to the cause? I mean, do you know how hard it is to get off crack and turn your life around? Now imagine doing that with no fucking teeth. I mean, like, you can't even get a job in Walmart as a greeter. Like, what manager is gonna hire you to stand at the front door for 8 hours flashing your tonsils to pay customers? You might get some, like, seasonal work around Halloween, but that's about it, you know what I mean? I'm looking at some of you guys' faces, man. I know what you're thinking, like, man, this guy's dark. Right? But let's be honest. Most of you thought that when I walked on stage. Let's be real, man, but you know what? It's all good. So long as you go, before you go home, you make a black friend or 2, maybe even 3, and listen to some Beyonce on the way home, and Black Jesus is gonna forgive you. That's my time, yo. That was great.
Let's keep the energy rolling for the next comedian. Make some noise for Jose Lopez.
I just read Word Up magazine. Something fat on every D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday.
What's up, Tempe? How we doing? That's what's up. My name's Jose Lopez. I'm from the border town of Nogales, Arizona. 1% white, 9% Native American, 90% Mexican. Which means no one speaks English. As a matter of fact, we don't speak Spanish either. We have no vocabulary. It's like some weird Spanglish. Case in point, went out to visit some of my friends and he's like, hey bro, look at that native girl over there with the big shoulders. She's a transformer. I'm like, oh dude, it's transgender, bro. I'm like, vocabulary. This dude thought she was a Jeep just because she was Cherokee. Then she walked up and she's like, hey, what's up, fellas? She is a transformer. She's a Decepticon. No lie, that happened. Then, you know, with my school was 90% Mexican, so it made us really, really good at one sport. Nope, not soccer. Cross country. We didn't even need tryouts. All the good ones were already across the country. So when I graduated, you know, I had to make a choice. You know, am I gonna go work right away, get a low-paying job, work hard labor, live off the government, or do I go to college, study, get a degree, buy a house. You know what I did? Join the United States Marine Corps. American. Unfortunately, it turned out to be the most Mexican thing I could have done. Overworked, underpaid, and guess what? I was still living off the government. Oh shit. Yeah, they say it's harder than ever to be Mexican nowadays, but let's be fair, like, it's always been hard. Truthfully, right? We've been underrepresented ever since I was a little kid. I can remember. I'd watch Power Rangers, and this is how we were underrepresented. Blue Ranger was a boy. Pink Ranger was a girl. Red Ranger was a redneck. Yellow Ranger, Asian. Black Ranger, black belt martial arts instructor. He was also black, But guess what they didn't have? A fucking brown ranger. I get it, stuffing a chubby Mexican in spandex is not the best business idea, I'll give it that. Hey, but we need some representation, even if it looked like a chorizo fighting, you know? I'll take it, you know? And then they had them transform to robots. They're like, Triceratops, pterodactyl, you know? What the Mexican guy would be like, saber-toothed donkey, rocking a sombrero, fighting ice in a robot border patrol guy. I'm just saying, not a bad idea. But any religious people in the crowd? All right, earmuffs, because if you laugh at these next jokes, you're gonna go straight to hell. So, let's go to hell together, guys. True story. You know, I was raised Catholic, but I stopped going to church because I always felt judged. Not just by the people that were there, but by the statues. Have you seen those? They always make them with the weird faces like that. They're all judging. Like, do we really have to make them that realistic? I was walking in church, they had a crucifixion right on top, you know? And I'm walking, and I'm like, I looked up. He's got a skirt, no, it's a tunic or something. Jesus Christ. Do they have to make him that autonomically correct? Like, I know he was blessed, but he was blessed. Then I remembered, he wasn't hung like this. He was hung like this. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. When I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat.
Lopez. Make sure you vote him for the Brown Power Ranger. All right, coming to the stage. Make some noise for Taylor Gardo.
Having fun tonight or what? Yeah. My name's Taylor Gargiulo. I'm 28 years old, even though I look like I'm at least 34. I also look like Jesus if the Last Supper was an all-you-can-eat buffet. I've been recently trying to get back into dating. Went out with some friends a while back, and I got the girl's number outside of a bar. And so, yeah, not a storybook start with that. I texted her the next day like a gentleman and said, hey, it was really nice to meet you. Love to get to know you better, take you out sometime. She replied back and said, which one are you? My sister in Christ, what? Which one? I said, are you joking? She was like, no, I gave my number out to a bunch of guys last night. I was like, that's when I was faced with the difficult truth that maybe this wasn't going to be the future love of my life. So she hit me again with like, which one are you? So I was like, I wanted to fuck with her. So I was like, I was a black guy. She replied to that, she's like, wow, I was that fucked up, huh? Horrible. As a proud black man, I got upset. I texted her, I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? She was like, chill.
chill. I'm just like, not really into black guys like that. I'm like, well, last night you were. Talk about taking the term blacking out to a whole new level, am I right? She was like, LOL, what's your Instagram? So then I blocked her. The jig was up. I had major spine surgery a couple years ago. Pretty major procedure. I'm pretty much fused from my T6 to L2. It's 2/3 of my back with titanium rods and screws. Pretty gnarly. I never really knew how much it would change my life. The main thing that it really made difficult though was sex at the beginning. I struggled. I'll never forget my first sexual encounter. I tapped out about halfway in. Instead of me giving it to her, it was like she was blowing my back out. I could tell she kind of felt bad though, but then she started to like ridicule my performance. She was like laying there and she was like, I don't know, it's just, you're just so like clunky, it's like you're made of metal. I said, I am made of metal. I was laying in bed later that night and I was thinking, I was like, she basically told me to my face that I fuck like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. Horrible. Horrible. Fellas, have you ever had to argue with a woman while you were butt naked? I'll tell you right now, that's a losing battle 10 times out of 10. Doesn't matter what you say. You're standing there, your wiener's soft, there's nothing you can do. Even if you're right, you're wrong. It's horrible. Talk about a humiliation ritual. But yeah, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. My name is
All right, we're down to our last two comedians. Come to the stage, make some noise for Lionel Noah.
Peekaboo, I'm here. So, I had a whole plan of jokes I wanted to do tonight, and then Diddy got acquitted. So I had to make some last minute adjustments. So if you haven't heard, he got acquitted of racketeering, sex trafficking, impersonating R. Kelly. So yeah, that's where he's at right now. He got off without baby oil. Even he was surprised, like, you can do that? Damn. But he did not get off scot-free, so he was convicted of 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. So he will go to jail, and he will spend the rest of his life as a registered Uber driver. When I heard the reaction, when I heard the verdict, I was very angry because I thought he was going to get convicted. I'm like, he should be in jail forever. So I'm wondering, what was the jury doing? And then I remembered all the evidence that was there. They had a few days of deliberation. So I'm like, they probably scheduled a freak off in there somewhere. Because that'll change your mind like nothing else. I was in Denver last year. I was doing a comedy show, and the night before was when Diddy got arrested. So yeah, history does repeat itself. Look at me now. So I want to take this moment to thank Diddy for helping my comedy career. So yeah, I owe him one. Anyways, back to the stuff I actually planned. I just graduated from college a couple months ago. Don't clap, don't clap. I think you know how well that went. So I just graduated, and I will say the job market is tough. The dating market is tough. But thankfully, there's an app for both. It's called LinkedIn. Anybody? Don't knock it till you try it, Maverick. Been watching all night. Don't think I don't notice. dating, it's hard. I thought I knew what I wanted when I was in college. I was thinking of, settling down, having kids, just one. But I was thinking of having a daughter. I would name her Molly, and here's why. I knew someone named Molly. She's really great, and it goes well with the middle name I have planned for her. And it's a great way for my son-in-law to say he did Molly on his wedding night. That's the only excuse he gets. But yeah, no kids at all, because kids are expensive now. I just read yesterday, that over 18 years, having a kid will cost $400,000. They come with a mortgage now. Can you believe that? Think of all the newborn parents. They're getting insurance now. A quote for the house, a quote for the crib. It's insane now. I wish I just had a baby in high school like the rest of my friends did. Because the interest rates were very low back then. I'm starting to think teenage pregnancy was a much smarter decision than my sex ed teacher suggested. Should have done it. But I had no shot in high school. There was a few girls that I liked when I was in high school, but all of the girls liked Drake. And he allegedly likes them back. I'm not a homewrecker, y'all. I can't. Could never get in the way of that. I think I'll end on this one. A month or so ago, there was a tragedy in Austria. They had a school shooting, which is very unfortunate. But I've gotten so desensitized to school shootings that my gut reaction was to look for Austria on the US map. If I was Trump, I'd make them the 51st state. It's like, damn, we're not so different after all, huh? So if you like what you heard tonight, I do have an Instagram and a YouTube, Lionel Noah Comedy. There's jokes there. And that's about it. So I've been Lionel Noah. Thank you guys so
much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our headliner of the evening. If you think you can do this yourself, sign up. newfacesaz@gmail.com. Or if you lose a fantasy bet, something, you know what I mean? Something fun, you know? Okay. All right, this next dude, one of New Faces' favorites. After a 2-month hiatus, he's here to rock the show for you. Make some noise for Garrett 5.
Good to be here. I don't know about you guys, I'm still riding the high of a really good weekend. I went to Chapel Row night at Charlie's, it was a great time. Yeah, the girls know what it is. Charlie's is the best club ever. It's also a very gay club. But it was a good time. It was good music, good vibes, and I felt safe. Because as a straight guy that can't fight, you have to go where the girls and gays are at, Like my girlfriend, she loves that I go to gay clubs with her. She's like, oh my God, you're so open-minded. I'm like, yeah, I'm that, but also not that, She's like, I love that you don't get hit on there. And I'm like, I also love that you don't get hit on there, Because at a normal club, she will get hit on, or I will have to defend her honor. And that's not gonna end well, at all, I don't need her coaching me on the car ride home. She's like, it's okay, you didn't see that right jab coming. It only took 3 seconds for it to connect, it's okay. I don't need that in my life, I'm not a tough guy, My dad's a tough guy, though. My dad's a Marine. Do we have any military in here? Oh yeah, hoorah. Oh yeah. You guys know. Yeah. My dad's a Marine, so obviously that means my mom is a petite Asian woman. Yeah, no stereotypes broken there, Like when I was a kid, my parents argued about me a lot. Like when I was a kid, my mom, she would tell me, Garrett, when you grow up, you're gonna be a doctor or a lawyer. And then my dad would come in stumbling drunk and he'd be like, don't be gay, you're gonna be fine, you know? Yeah, 4th of July's coming up, that's gonna be fun. It's a big old family reunion. We all have that like politically incorrect uncle, right? Yeah, that uncle's my dad, you know? So at first, you know, first couple family reunions, when I found this out, like it was embarrassing, you know? Now it's fun, you know? I roll in my dad like he's Hannibal Lecter. The rest of my family's terrified, you know? I'm like, yo guys, check it out, I made a PBR counter. When it gets to 4, he starts saying the N-word, watch out, you know? No, man. No, I live with 4 other dudes, so there's 5 of us in this house, and I'm not gonna lie, it is a civil war right now. One of my buddies broke up with his girlfriend, and everybody hates it but me, and I'm not gonna lie, everybody only hates it because she would cook for us, you know? They don't care about his well-being at all. And I'm the only one standing by him because everybody believes the reason he broke up with her is shallow, but I understand why he did. He broke up with her because he found out that her tits were fake. Stay with me here, I get it, you know? Because like, I don't know, I feel like finding out tits are fake is a lot like finding out Santa's not real. Like the presents are still fun, but the magic's gone, you know? Got some of you guys on that? Oh man, I love true crime. True crime is one of my favorite things. You guys like true crime? They released a documentary recently about the Long Island serial killer. You guys know about this guy? Yeah. He murdered at least like, what, 6, 7, 8, 9 people that we know of. And it was a cold case for like 10 years. And I remember whenever they caught him, they got him on DNA evidence. Not only at the crime scene, like they found that there, but they also convicted him because of his porn searches. Like they're like, we searched up your porn and like, judged by how we found victims, you know it was you. And I can only imagine myself in that interrogation room. Like the detective went, Mr. Fees, we have your DNA all over the crime scene, we know it was you. I would have looked at my lawyer, I would have been like, we can beat this, no problem, you know? But then if the detective went, yeah, we also got your porn searches and we're gonna leak them out to the entire world, I would have been like, fuck it, I did it, you know, don't leak that, don't leak that. Nah, they leaked it. But as a true crime fan, I had to look it up, you know, I'm like, what was this guy searching up? And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I've looked some of this shit up, you know, like what does that say about me? Oh man, I see people drinking. I love that, drinking on what, Wednesday? Hell yeah, baby. Anybody cool like me, been to AA? That's a cool people. Oh yeah, let me tell you something, when that goes bad, it goes bad, you know? No man, no, I remember my first AA meeting, you know, I know AA is supposed to be a place where like, you figure out your flaws, you become a better person, you rise like a phoenix from the ashes. That's not what happened to me. All I learned is I have not hit rock bottom, I can go lower. That's what I learned. Because everybody's going around telling stories on why they're there. So the first guy goes, yeah, like, my wife and I were fighting, she took the kids, I can't see them anymore. Second guy goes, yeah, I hit a family of 6 on the freeway. And then it gets to my turn. And I'm like, I don't know, my roommates don't like that I keep pissing on the fridge when I'm drunk, you know? I found out I'm not an alcoholic, I'm a bitch, you know? That's what I found out there. I did have this funny thought though, when I was there. Like, how funny would it be if there was like an ESPN for alcoholics? Like a drunk ESPN? Like if I quit drinking, right? Stephen A. Smith the next day, he'd be like, this kid's been drinking for 15 years. Only 2 DUIs. There's a Hall of Fame numbers right there. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Max Kellerman would be on the other side of the table. He'd be like, he's driving in cars with lane assist. He's driving in a lane assist era. Send it back to the 80s. See how many lanes he would have swerved in then. All right, not a drunk driving crowd. All right, figure that out. I'll let you know, that joke kills in a dive bar, all right? No, man, no, I'll leave you guys off of this, though. I am dating someone that is cool. That is cool. I like her a lot. And I remember back in Valentine's Day, we had a great date, you know? And so we get home, we're starting to hook up, we're having sex, and we had to stop midway through because like she started getting like immense pain in her abdomen. And it was so bad that we had to go to the hospital. And so when we're at the hospital, we found out that she had an ovarian cyst that burst. And if you guys don't know what that pain is like, they say it's like childbirth, kidney stones. So I'm sitting there next to the hospital bed, comforting her, pure like worry on my face. I'm like, I'm here for you, anything you need, I got you. On my face is worry. On the inside though, I'm smiling the biggest smile ever possible. Because for the first time in history, my Asian dick has done something no Asian dick has ever done before. And that's send a woman to the hospital. I'm the Jackie Robinson of Asian dicks, alright? Anyways, thank you so much. That's all the time. I'm Gardo.
Thanks so much, Gary, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of our show. We appreciate you coming out and supporting live comedy. Again, if you want to try yourself, newphasesaz@gmail.com. Thank you for coming out. Get home safe. Have a good night.